can't wait to tell everybody about you because you are just freaking crushing it. And I am thrilled to connect with you today, Tiani, and tell everybody all of the amazing things that you have done so far since working together. And so I want to go ahead and just get started by introducing you a little bit, telling you, like, everybody kind of what you've done and what successes you've had and how you've actually been able to generate $13,240 in 1 month, which is awesome. So 8 new clients, all the things. So why don't we just go ahead and start? And before I do that, I want to talk about her a little bit because Tiani is freaking awesome. And so when Tiani came to me, she was kind of like, okay, I need to do something. Something has to change in my business. Something needs to become better. It needs to be more predictable. Like, I'm ready to make real money in this business. Like, something is not working. You had some buzz around Facebook, but it wasn't converting, right?
Right.
Okay. You decided, all right, Brooke, let's do this thing. And then tell people what some of your wins have been.
Yeah, so excited. So I really appreciate you. Yeah, so originally I could only convert if I did like in-person speaking at a workshop somewhere in real life. And that was like the only way that I could find how to make clients, right? And I have 6 kids. I'm homeschooling mom of 6. My youngest is only 6 months old. I can't just go in person all the time and do workshops. So I needed like a really predictable online strategy. And I was frustrated, and you like literally I don't even know, I did your 5-day challenge. I was like, I gotta sign up with this woman. This is not enough. I need the whole puzzle. I mean I don't just need this one piece or whatever. I need all of the pieces. And so I signed up with you. And when once I got in there into the like right into the program, the second video after the intro is like, get your first 5 clients. And I was like, I'm getting some clients. Like
And so what she's talking about, you guys, is in my program portal. So like as soon as she signed up as a client, that's one of the tasks that I give my clients. Like if you need your first 5 clients, I have an exact playbook, an exact strategy on how you're going to do that. And what I love about you, Tiani, is like you did not hesitate. You were like, okay, let's just do it. I'm just gonna run it full out and see what happens. And I know there were some nerves and some feelings of like, well, what if no one signs up? And what if I'm spending all this time and no one says yes? And I'm just so grateful that you didn't listen to those naysaying nerves. And you
yeah.
were like, I'm all in.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that is like the number one thing. Like the program works, but you have to work the program type of thing. Like
Yeah.
you cannot just wait for the results or hope that just signing up is going to do it. And also, I had been doing it my way. It hadn't been working. So let's try Brooke's way. Shit, she looks like she's making some success. Let me just do what she says to do. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to do it. And I'm going to just trust that, universe, God has got me, has got my back. And, I truly believe that if even if you're doing the wrong stuff, if you have the right intentions and the right heart and don't do it perfectly, I'm sure that there are so many ways I could improve my method so far. But I feel like just going full out and trusting and being of service is the number one thing. So I was like, I got a strategy that works. I'm here in service. Let's do it.
Okay, and so tell people just real quick before we go into some of the strategy and what's been working well. Um, what have some of your wins be? So we were just talking about them and they're so good, you guys. Tell some of
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So in so it's not even been a full month fully since I've gotten made the 13,000 in sales, or 13,240. What was it?
yeah.
I just did the math. So it hasn't even been a full 30 days. And it was I think it was like 17 in the first 17 days. I signed 6 new clients. And
Six
I
new clients. Hold on. 6 new clients in 17 days. You guys, this was when we started at 0 clients, right? Like we
yeah, yeah.
literally had no clients. And in 17 days, 6 new paying clients. That is mind
Yeah.
blowing. So good.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, well, I had, I think, one or two from a previous speaking engagement from
Sure.
a few months back, but it was a while and they weren't currently paying me anymore because they had already paid me. So,
Yeah.
so I was like, no, I don't have any more money. And so, yeah, I got my first six really, really fast. And then the last little couple bit who have signed up now, and one more in the talks with me right now. So it's just feeling like I might
Woo!
hit a
So you're
15K
about to be
month.
at
Yeah.
9 clients and probably even a $15,000 month.
Yeah,
I mean, it's you still
absolutely.
have so much time in this month. Anything is possible. And I
I
know what
know.
you're saying is actually so what's so cool, you guys, this is our first really full 30-day run together, and she hit $10,000. And I'm telling you, like a lot of the times I get on the phone with people and I will tell you if you can do like if you can do that as well and why you can do that as well. There is no reason why you can't make $10,000 in the next, I would say 30 days to 90 days. It depends on where your business is at, and it depends on your drive and a little bit of your work ethic, like what you're going to do for that. But why not you? Like Tiani, you're freaking fire, you're amazing, but like you're equally as amazing as me and everyone else, and we can do this. Like, and you have 6 kids.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah,
six
because I'm the breadwinner. I mean, I am the
no
breadwinner, and
wonder.
I do like to tell other women, who have children and who feel like, oh, but my husband's not working right now, or he doesn't make a lot of money, so it's like a lot of pressure on me. I am the sole provider for 8 people. So yeah, like it's totally doable.
Yeah. Another thing that you said with some of your wins is you actually had an 80% close rate, which is really amazing. So, I'm going to ask you some golden nuggets. So maybe if you
Yeah.
want to just drop real quick, we'll do a quick golden nugget now, and then we'll get in some questions and we'll drop some more later on. But what is like a quick little golden nugget that you have to I don't know, really helping people increase their close rate and what's been working for you really well?
Man, honestly, it sounds so cliche, like follow the steps. I just went into the sales elevation part of the modules, and you talk about how to, like, first of all, what to say during your sales pitch, like how to do it, how to use the visuals and all that stuff. Like I never had a visual aspect of my sales call. So like really bringing out the visual, showing them where they're at, where they're going, and like visually showing them step by step, this is what we're going to do together. And
Yes.
then standing in that strength. And it also made me feel really good. I was like, damn, I'm really going to help them. Like, it made me feel really good to see it
Yeah.
visually as well, because it's
Yeah.
less of like a concept and more of like, yes, this is literally what we're going to do. And this is where you're going to be at the end of this, which allows me to stand really tall in what I'm doing, and what I'm offering. And then, and then you have the objections, the sales objections, like what happens if they feel like I got to think about it, I got to ask my husband, I got to, like whatever the things are, I don't have any the money, I'm scared, I don't trust myself, I don't trust you, all those things, right? And so I studied I studied the hell out of that stuff. Like I like on my walks, I'm listening to them. I've watched that video so many times and I've made sure to apply it to my own, like have my own stuff
Right.
specific to my client examples and my client wins and things that will help them to know it is possible for them too, even if they are worried or scared.
I think that's a good note here because you're well, okay. I'm giving you guys the frameworks. I think I even remember what I did is I collected for an entire summer every objection my clients have ever gotten, and I literally gave you here are multiple ways to overcome this objection, like multiple because everybody has a little bit of different sales process. So I was like, here's that. But what I like about what you did is you took it and you kind of transitioned it into your own thing, and here's what it looks like for my actual program. So that's a really good tidbit. All right, cool. We'll do some golden nuggets again later, but will you tell people like how did you find me? Like what drew you to me in the first place? Like I want to hear your journey there.
It's so funny. I found you because I was so determined to like sign new clients and I had no idea what the method was. So I was like, well, I'm supposed to engage with people on Facebook and friend request people and talk to them and get conversations started. And so I thought I was going to sell to you. That was my plan. I didn't know. I had no idea what I was doing. I was literally just out there just throwing spaghetti at the wall. And so I was like, hey, like you're amazing, A, B, and C. And that's how we connected. And then you offered me, you were like, hey, by the way, like, sounds like you're doing this and this, blah, blah, blah. You did like whatever your process is, which I can't wait to dive even more into because right now I've been on like sprint mode.
And we're
So
just like scratching the surface. Like you just made
exactly.
over $10,000 in a 30-day period, and we're just getting
Yeah.
started, right? So
Yeah, so
that's
I
awesome.
know there's like a lead nurturing and generation process that I we haven't even done yet. Like we haven't dove into that part yet. But you did that with me and then you invited me into the 5-day challenge and like your 5-day challenge, 5 clients in 5 days. And I was getting so much progress and like I don't know if I signed anybody per se from that, but the amount of engagement and the clarity that I had, I was like, oh no, this will work. I know for a fact this will work. This is exactly what I've been needing. And so that's literally how I found you. It was just like you doing the process that you teach us on me. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Well, and it's so cool because that's how easily sales can happen is when we do the plan, when we follow the simple flow. There's like 5 simple steps that you just take people through. And you guys, if you're watching this right now and you want those simple steps and you want to know how do I sign a client in less than 7 hours per lead, just comment cash and I'll give you the whole framework. Like I will give you guys the framework. I want you to succeed. But a lot can happen from watching it, but you're so right. You got a lot of momentum, which is why you're like, I want to sign up with this. But the same thing with your clients that just signed up, they got so much momentum with you that it was a no-brainer to take the next step to say yes with you. So okay, my next question is like what did your business look like? So I know you mentioned it a little bit of doing live events and whatever, and you're like, I can't keep doing live events. I need to bring this online. What did your business look like before we started working together? And then tell people where you are now.
Yeah, so that's a really good question. So it was really sporadic, I would say. It would be if I happened to have enough energy and time to set up a working event. And like I said, just had my daughter. So I really only had one in the last several months, like maybe a year even, of a speaking engagement. And so sometimes people might get to me from a Facebook post, possibly a couple Facebook posts. But I was going live all the time. I was making posts, like you saw my page. I was trying everything. And it was really frustrating. I was so frustrated because I was like, look, I am showing up. Like I'm showing up. I'm having conversations with people, but I didn't know. I just didn't have like any predictability. I had no idea how I was gonna make it. And of course, I went through the same thing that so many other of us go through, which is like, maybe I'll just go get a job. I'll just go get a job. Like, stop playing this. You're not built for business. You're not, this is not you, this is for other people, but it's not for you. Right. And so I was just at this point. I forgot. I was at a really bad place, me and my husband at that time. He and I think you remember when I was messaging
Yeah.
you, I was like I was in disarray. I was crying every time I messaged you. And like, for the full 5 days, I was just a complete wreck, right? And I was showing up through those 5 days, but it was really tough because me and my husband were in a horrible place. And
Yeah.
I thought like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't even run a business right now because I'm an emotional complete wreck. And
Yeah.
I wasn't going to sign up. I was not going to sign up for like after the 5 days because I didn't think I had the emotional capacity to
Mm.
actually sign up with you. Because I knew I had to do the work and I had to show up. But if I'm crying, how am I going to engage with clients or do any of that? I can't do that. And I remember telling you in the messages during those 5 days, I was like, also though, if I went to try to get a job, I would need to get my shit together at some point in time. I'd have to stop crying enough to do a job interview. I'd have to stop crying enough to show up for training. Well, if I have to do that regardless, I may as well do it for my business. Like, why not do that for my business and make this? Because I'll make way more money with my own clients than working a job. So even though everything's in disarray, I had no money when I signed up with you. I had that one client who was paying me. I told you I had the one client and she was paying me on payment plan. And I had just enough from her payment to me to pay you for your first payment, for the first payment that I needed to get with you. Like, and I was so behind on my rent. I had like $4,000 in the hole with my landlord. I still don't know why he didn't evict us. Like, yes, like
Yeah.
he knew we had a baby and all that stuff and all the rest of the kids. But now I'm all caught up, thanks to you, thank God. Um, the car was about to go up for repo. It was just a fucking mess. And
Yeah.
I I didn't know what to do, but I was like, look, this money that my client just paid me, I could put this little chunk toward that big ass hole of rent that I have, which will do nothing. And, and it won't take care of the car. Or I can turn this money into a lot more fucking money and take care of this and never end up in this situation again, ever. And have an option. Like, because I didn't know what was going to go on with my husband. I was like, if we have to divorce, I need to have some options. But if I'm broke on the side of the road, I don't have any options. So I was like, look, I just need to be in a place where I take this money and I do something crazy. It was like a Hail Mary. It was like, here's my last little bit, Brooke. Let's do it. Let's make some magic together. And it seemed like probably the most irresponsible thing that I probably could have done with that money. But to me, it was the best option, the best decision I've ever made, ever, hands down.
That's so awesome. That is such a, and I don't even know if it's necessarily blind faith, but faith chose it, right? You
Yeah.
had faith in me, which I'm so grateful for because I will never steer you in the wrong direction. Like I will always point you in the right direction that I think is going to be your pathway of least resistance to making more money. So you had faith in that, which I'm so grateful for. You had a lot of faith in yourself, even with the naysaying negative crap that was going on in your head here. Had a lot of faith in yourself. And I love that you thought of the big picture. And that's such a good takeaway for people. Like, what is my big picture that I'm not even thinking of? What is the next step of what I really want? And so, thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it. And
Yeah, I
I want
forgot.
you to show people, you showed me earlier, but the check, because you
Yeah.
you're so close. So what day? So she wrote
So
a check
this
for
was
herself.
so this was on
15,000.
October 29th. You told us to write a check for us for a year from now. And you were
Yeah.
like, how much do you want to be making each month a year from now? So that's why it's dated 2026. But this was the date that we did it, 10/29. And I was like, well, I would be happy if I could just make 15,000 every month. That would be really cool. That feels like amazing. And I might actually hit that by November 29th. Like
Hold on. There's no, I might actually hit that. It's my first full month. I get to do that, and that gets to be my
yeah,
normal. Of
yeah,
course,
yeah.
right?
I
You
thought I had
like
to wait a year.
that's amazing though. So like you thought something would take you a year that you were able to do in 30 days. And I
Yeah.
really truly believe it's because you had a lot of faith and you took action. You didn't fiddle fart around. We weren't twiddling our thumbs like, what do I do? What do I do? You took action immediately and you ran after it. And I'm so proud of you. So like seriously, like I like
Yeah.
a whole round of applause. Like that's freaking awesome.
Thank you.
So okay, how did you know that this program, Six Figure Consistent Cash Flow specifically, like, what about that program specifically made it feel like this is a no-brainer? This I want to do this program.
Honestly, what was such a big game changer for me was having a full system. I did not know, and I've been in business for years. I've even worked with other business coaching companies. I've worked on staff with other business coaching companies.
Mhm.
And I didn't know what it would look like or what it should look like to have a full ecosystem. I see these people like you who have like the email list coming out and the stuff like that, and then the funnels and the automated texts and all that. And I'm like, how does this all come together? Like, how did they have all these things? I feel like I've had those pieces. Like for my workshops, I've done, funnels where the texts are going out and the emails, the follow-up emails and the replays and all those things. Like I've done those things, but I didn't have a full ecosystem, like where it all flows together somehow. And I didn't know what the big picture was. That was a huge deal for me, first of all. That like not just getting a couple of clients, not just hitting my 10K month, but knowing like there's an actual system here and we're going to build out these assets. This is how it's supposed to look if you want a sustainable, scalable business. And so for me, that was huge, just so you know, like I had no idea what that looked like. That was a really big deal for me. And then honestly, the fact that you do the energetics because you're in the mindset world too, like me, which because I'm a hypnotherapist, right? And so you being a hypnotherapist and having the energetic work because you do the abundance codes and the energetic shifting, which I've been gobbling up also, by the way. I've been in there, I've
There's
been on
like a
all the
whole
modules.
module on like just a crap load of money mindset stuff. Because that's what people have to realize. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
go from food stamps to generating multiple millions of dollars by doing nothing. Like, I
Yeah.
had to completely rewire my system. And I'm
Yeah.
constantly reminding of okay, that's still an old thought that's resurfacing or an old thought that we need to work through, and it's okay. But having the resources to work through those is just invaluable. It's so much more than we
Yeah.
can even say. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that part was also a huge aspect to me because I understand the importance of bringing mindset and business. That is literally my entire niche is the mindset aspect of things when it comes to business, which I do obviously believe in truly because that's the reason why I've been able to rock and roll so hard. As soon as I got the right strategy, I was like, let's go. And I went balls to the wall because I had done so much of the inner work. So the knowing that that was such an integral part of your business as well, and part of what we were going to receive as clients, I understand that as I expand into this next level, I need next level energetic support and like up leveling as well. So those two components were probably the biggest aspect. And then the last thing was like you were like your energy and the way that you show up and the thing that you call out in me and the activation. It's like really ease and possibility. It's like when you always say, of course you're going to do this. Of course. And you always say that. And it's so, it is, I thought I was going to have to like hustle and grind my way up to it, but I just, of course I made $15,000 this month, right? Like it literally, I don't know what fucking magic that you just carry, but it's you as well. Like it's not just the strategy and it's not just the energy work. I think the energy work is what has allowed you to embody this leadership and show me what's possible as I step into my own leadership and as somebody in my own business running a business the way that I want to too. So I think you are like your business embodied.
Thank you. And I love that a few things that you said there, but one thing that I noticed is that instead of hemming and hawing and playing too much with those negative minds, right? Those words that come through our head, you guys allow them to go through one ear and out the other. Okay, I'm not going to entertain that because I'm going to focus on what I desire. I'm not going to entertain that because I'm going to focus on what I desire. And what I would say to that too is what it sounds to me is like you made a very line in the sand decision, walked over it. This is happening for me. And that's what some people need to do as well. Line in the sand. This is happening for me. Of course, it's going to work out. Of course, I'm going to make money. Of course, I'm going to sign clients, even though I'm like, what am I doing? Of course.
Right.
And then you stepped
Yeah.
over it. So,
Yeah. Absolutely.
so awesome. I have goosebumps. Okay. What are some of other top golden nuggets that you feel like you could share with people? I know we've already dropped some, but any other golden nuggets that you think might be helpful?
The other golden nugget is that I also do one-on-one work. So I don't know like a lot of people struggle, I think, when you do individual type of work. Like I do subconscious work. I'm a hypnotherapist one to one. Every session I do with people is so unique and so specific to that individual. And still I was able to get these results. Like I don't want people thinking that like you have to be some like in some specific well I have to have a group program because how am I going to do 5-day challenges or how am I going to have a Facebook group or how am I going to have like because my work is very specific and it's like very individualized. It's like energetic work. I'm all those things, y'all. I'm all of those things. And I know for us in the energy world it is hard to see like how can we make this more accessible or tangible to the person who's not necessarily in the energy world, but there are clients. Brooke is freaking amazing at helping you message, like craft your messaging to make sure that your ideal client understands what you're doing with them, even if they don't know anything about your modality or any of that. Like that, don't get stuck up on that. Do not get, it's like the number one thing I hear from other healers.
Yeah. And and you're not alone. And what I find specifically is that people who do more of the spiritual or the healing work, they struggle even more with how to speak about what they do or how to talk to their clients. And so thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it. That's a really good nugget. It's like you don't have to, we want to eventually do one to many, right? But you don't have to have a group program to hit these big numbers. You don't have to change everything that you're doing. You can just implement this simple structure, the 5 clients in 30 days framework, basically. And I mean, hit what, 8, almost 9 clients in 30
Yeah.
days. So anything is possible.
Yeah, for sure. And I can't wait to learn how to scale it to one to many. But
Mhm.
because you are also an energy worker, I trust that you'll help me be able to, when it's time for me to develop a group program in one to many and scale, that I'll be able to structure it in a way where I'm still offering and providing very powerful results for my clients.
I love it. Okay, you've already kind of shared some things of that you've really enjoyed about working with me and my energy and stuff, which I really truly appreciate that so much. Is there anything else that you really like about working with me specifically?
I really appreciate how much time and energy you bring. Like, I don't know how you do it. I still don't know. I'm still wondering. Like, I think you have like one of those clocks. If you ever seen on Harry Potter, Hermione was like going back in time and like jumping over here and over there. And they're like, how'd you get to this class? How'd you get to that class? Because she was like playing with time. And that's how I feel with you. I'm like, how is she doing all of these things? Because the amount of support that you bring to us, and you never seem tired, you never seem overwhelmed or frustrated. You just show up in all goodness and grace and full power and like really determined and dedicated to help us get to that next level. So whether that's Voxer support or whether that's in the, in the group, or if we're messaging you directly or like wherever, if we're scheduling a call with you, you're just so, I don't know, it's like you're accessible, the level of support that I get here. And I haven't even started like sending in the critiques and all. There's even more support. And I'm like,
There's a lot of support. And I mean, I want people to be supported, right?
yeah,
Because, like, if you don't have that support, you're really kind of trying to figure it. You're still like a lone wolf. You might have, like, here's the thing, but then
right.
you're like, okay, but now what, right? So I really do appreciate you saying that. And I hope people do hear that it's with genuine, and I didn't tell her to say any of this. Like, it's all just from her heart. And that's what I want, is for you guys to feel so deeply supported that I've got you, and the play, and then we're going to work through whatever's coming up every step of the way. So, okay, this is a good question for next. So, like, what would you say if someone was like sitting on the fence to work with me? What would you say to them?
Honestly, I would say if you are truly ready, like if you are tired of spinning your wheels or working your ass off and getting a portion of what you know you should be making, just do it. Like you're gonna be doing work anyways in your business. In order to make your business work, you have to work it. Why would you not do it in the most optimal way? Like, I don't know how else to describe this, but like just a portion of the amount of energy that I was using to like sit around spiraling out and just doing random tasks online.
Yeah.
I directed all of that energy into a system that's proven over and over and over again. And boom, like I got the numbers. The number that I thought was gonna take me a year to get. Like what? like, no, seriously, I don't know what else would make most sense. And the next thing would be, if you truly want to be this person who you're saying you want to be, you have to choose to become that person.
Mhm.
So align yourself with the people who are doing that, the people who can get you there. That is part of becoming that. You can't just wish your way there. You can't just be like, "Oh, I wish I had money. I wish I had clients." Like, you have to be the person who steps into the fear, who steps into the knowing and says, "Hey, I'm going to make this fucking happen. And we're going to do
Yeah.
this. And I have all the support. I have all the structures. I have everything I need. Let's rock and roll." If you want clients who do the same thing, if you want those types of clients, then you need to be the person who is that client. You have to be the person doing that in your life, because you will literally embody it, like Brooke, where she like sucked me into her world. And now now I can't get away. I don't know what to do, guys. I'm stuck. Like, but literally now I'm becoming that. And it's just, if you truly want to be that person, you have to become it and put yourself in the room with those people.
I think that's good because it's like we go first, right? And I always tell you guys on my challenge, like one of my biggest messages that I have for the world is like, whose dream is tied to yours? And so if we don't go first, who are all the people that were looking for us to move, to make the scary decision, to make the scary leap, to do the thing that makes us be like, I don't know if this is going to work, because then we've got it. I just, I'm making decisions all the time that I'm like, I don't know how this is going to work. This is really scary. But you know what? I'm going to go first because I want people to make that decision here. And that's exactly what you did. I mean, you just said that you had you were like me, negative money, right? That's where I was when I first started. And you put the line in the sand and you stepped over it and you said, of course, this is happening. And you made the decision to make it happen. And I am just so proud of you. And this is the beginning. I mean, don't keep going. You know what I mean? Like keep crushing, keep going. We'll change the strategy as we go. But right now, you've got something that works. The silliest thing anybody could do is if it's working, to stop doing it. That would be silly. So keep working the thing that's working, and we can just put fuel on the fire, right? So it's like, and it's going to be awesome. So I really appreciate it, Tiani. You are crushing it. Congratulations on all of your amazing wins. We've got the 6 clients in 17 days, your first 10K month within 30 days, which is actually almost 15,000 here. You had like 25 days to 8 clients, 2 people pay in full, an 80% close rate, which is just fire. That's so awesome. And you are so deserving. And you guys, if you want to learn the system, just comment cash. Like I'll teach you the exact system, but I want everybody to be able to know where they can find you, Tiani, and follow along with you on your journey on the next steps.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Yeah. So you can find me at Wild Hypno Lady. So hypno as in part of hypnosis, Wild Hypno Lady on all the platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, everything. Yeah, that's pretty much the best place to find me.
I love it. I love it. And she's going to change your life, you guys. She's already clearly changing lives. Like, what I really think you needed is you just needed the play and you ran the play. And so that's what we're here for. So I love you to pieces. I can't wait to see the next, this next year, what we're going to do together. And it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait either. It's so dope.
Awesome. Thank you for being here.
Thank
Love you.
you,
Love
Brooke.
you. I'll see
Mwah.
you later. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.